Yeah. Next concept is synchronization hardware. Okay. We have discussed that if any solution to the critical section problem, we have two types of solutions. One is software solution, other one is hardware solution, which we have discussed in the previous session is Peterson solution. It is a software solution to the critical section problem. Okay. Now we'll see the hardware solution to the critical section problem, that is synchronization hardware. Okay. Any solution to the critical section problem requires a simple tool called lock. Okay. Here we need a simple solution, simple tool called lock for the solution to the critical section problem. Okay. Here the race conditions are prevented by protecting the critical region by using the locks. Okay. Race conditions can be avoided by protecting the critical regions by using the locks. Okay. That is, a process must acquire a lock before entering into the critical section. Okay. It should lock it, a process should lock it before entering into the critical section. Okay. And the lock should be released after it is completed execution in the critical section. Okay. The process will releases the lock when it exits the critical section. Okay. And lock before entering into the critical section and before accessing the shared data. Okay. Where the shared data will be placed? Shared data will be inside the critical section. So the process will lock before entering into the critical section and before accessing the shared data. Okay. And unlock the unlock it by the process, that will be done when process is leaving after accessing the shared data, leaving the when the process is leaving the critical section and after accessing the shared data, process will unlock it. Okay. And if wait, process should wait if it is locked. Okay. If the critical section is locked, the process came to enter into the critical section should wait. Okay. If the process is wishes to enter into the critical section, if the critical section is locked, the process should wait. Okay. So these are the, this is about lock. Here it's a simple tool, we call it as lock, which will be if any solution to the critical section problem that requires this tool called lock. Okay. Any process before entering into the critical section, it should lock it. Okay. After executing in the critical section, after completion of executing in the critical section, the process should unlock it. Okay. And if there is any process come for shows an interest to enter into the critical section, if there is a critical section is locked, the other process should wait until the critical section is unlocked. Okay. This is about lock, and it will be like this. Solution to the critical section problem using locks will be like this. Okay. While true, acquire lock. Okay. Acquire lock before entering into the critical section. Okay. Process will acquire lock before entering into the critical section. Okay. After completing the execution in the critical section, what statements will be there in the critical section? It will be shared data items will be there in the critical section. After executing that shared data, the process will release the lock. Okay. This is after completion of critical section, release the lock statement will get executed. It will release the lock, and then process will execute the remainder section. If there is any statement to be executed, that will be executed by the process. Okay. First, before entering to the critical section, it process should acquire the lock, then it should enter to the critical section. After executing in the critical section, after completing the execution in the critical section, the process should acquire the process should release the lock. Okay. Once the process release the lock, that time the critical section will be available, it is free to acquired by the any other process which is willing to enter into the critical section. Okay, if any process is inside the critical section, that means critical section is locked. Other process which is willing to enter into the critical section should wait. Okay, that is the lock concept. This is a solution to critical section problem using locks. Next topic is synchronization of hardware. Here, the hardware features can make any programming task easier. Okay, the hardware features can make the programming tasks are easier and will improve the system efficiency. Okay, and the critical section problem can be solved simply in the uniprocessor environment if we could prevent the interrupts from the occurring while shared variables was being modified. Okay, if we would prevent the interrupts from the occurring while shared variables was being modified. Okay, this solution will not be feasible, okay, in multi-processor environment. Okay, so many systems provide a hardware support for the critical section code. Like if for the uniprocessors, it could disable the interrupts. Okay, like currently running code would execute without preemption and generally too inefficient on the multi-processor systems, like the operating systems using this not broadly scalable for uniprocessor systems. Okay, the modern machines provide the special atomic hardware instructions for doing this. Okay, to provide the solution for the critical section problem, the modern machines provide some special atomic hardware instructions. Okay, atomic means what it is, non-interruptible. Okay, not only that, all the instructions execute in one machine cycle. Okay, that says atomic. If you say the instructions are atomic instruction, means all that set of instructions will be executed in one machine cycle. Okay, the modern machines provide special atomic hardware instructions to provide the solution for the critical section problem. Okay, here here we have two different set of instructions are there. One is test and set, and other one is swap. Okay, swap instructions and test and set instructions. Okay, we have two sets of instructions we'll be discussing here to provide the solution to the critical section problem. Okay, that we'll see. It will be like either a test memory word and set value, or we can use another instruction, that is swap contents of two memory words. Okay, by using these two algorithms, we can provide solution to the critical section problem in hardware synchronization. Okay, in synchronization hardware, here we have the modern machines provide the special atomic hardware instructions, that is by one is by test memory word and set the value. Other one is swap the contents of a two memory words. Will be by using the swap instruction, by using the test and set instruction, we can provide solution to the critical section problem in synchronization hardware. Okay, we'll see first the test and set instruction. Okay, here the test and set instruction, this is a special kind of instruction to solve the critical section problem, and it is a simple way of solving the critical section problem by using test and set instruction. Okay, test and set, you can see here, it's a test and set instruction is a boolean type. That means the written type of this test and set is boolean value, whether it returns a true or false value. Okay, and the parameters for this test and set instruction is, it's a boolean parameter. Parameter also is of type boolean. Okay, it takes the parameter as boolean type and it returns the boolean type of value here after executing the test and set instructions. And here we have the first statement in this test and set instruction is boolean RV is equal to target. Okay, here you can see here the pointer variable. What it points? It points to the value which is stored in that memory location. Okay, so here we are passing a pointer variable of boolean type to the test and set instruction, and that we are assigning to RV of boolean type variable. Okay, it's a local variable. Boolean RV is equal to star target. Okay, the what is the value which is stored in target, that will be we are assigning to RV here. After that, now we are assigning target equal to true. Okay, we are assigning true value to the target, then return RV. Okay, what the RV will have the value, whatever the value previously target was holding, that value will be returned by this test and set instruction. Okay, first the target value will be first stored into RV, and then we are modifying the target with setting it to true. Okay, then return RV. RV will consist of the target's previous value. Okay, whether it can be the true or false, that we are returning by this instruction, that is return RV. This is the test and set instruction. Okay, now we'll see the mutual exclusion with test and set instruction. Like here, uh, test and set instruction, first we'll see why the test and set lock is passing a parameter lock here. Okay, here we are passing a address for the address to the test and set instruction. Okay, for test and set instruction we are passing the address. That address, what value is there, that value we are assigning to RV. Okay, assume that the lock variable is holding a value is first, initially all the variables will be false. Okay, so set locks false. Okay, first initial value of lock will be false. Okay, that false value we are passing here for this test and set instruction. Okay, that time that false will be assigned to RV, and then we are initializing that target to true. Now we are modifying the false to true. Okay, we are setting target is equal to true, and then return RV. RV we are returning RV. What the value RV is holding now? RV holds the false. False value we are returning by using test and set instruction. Okay, here we have a while loop. This test and set instruction we are calling inside this while condition. Okay, if this is true, okay, if this is true, we will be inside this while loop only, because we have a semicolon here. Okay, that means that there is another process which is executing in the critical section. Okay, if another process is executing in the critical section, the process which is wishing to enter into the critical section should wait. Okay, now if you pass here, the initially the lock is having the false value. Okay, lock will holds the value false initially. Okay, and that same for the lock false value target also is pointing to. Okay, because we are passing the address as a lock's address as a parameter to test and set instruction. Okay, and that will be what is the value which is stored in that address, that is assume that lock is a variable which is holding the value false and which is stored in the memory location 1000. Okay, here we are passing 1000 here. Okay, in thousands, what is the value is stored? Thousands memory location, the value was false. Okay, that false we are assigning to RV. Okay, then we are modifying the in that memory location value we are modifying it to true. Okay, initially it was false, that we are modifying it to true by using this statement target equal to true. Okay, after that we are returning RV. RV, what value RV holds now? RV holds false. Okay, the false we are returning now. Okay, if the false, this statement returns false, means this condition is false. Okay, so automatically control will comes out of this while loop, and the process will execute the critical section. Okay, at initial time there will be no process is inside the executing the critical section. Okay, so the process 0 wishes to enter into the critical section. So first it will set tests whether any process is inside the critical section or not. Okay, and that's what it is called test and set instruction. Okay, first it will check if whether any process is inside executing inside the critical section. If any other process is executing in the critical section, the process should wait until the process which is executing in the critical section. Okay, so initially there will be no processes in the critical section. So this while condition is false. So control will comes inside this critical section, comes out of this while loop, and process 0 will execute the critical section. After completion of execution of the critical section, what the process 0 will specify, it will set the lock to false again. Okay, initially when we execute this statement, the lock was having false value. Okay, after calling this function, we have said that the lock value as a, here by using this statement we set the lock value to true. Okay, so again after executing the critical section, the lock value we are setting it to false. Okay, that says that my execution is done, I am not interested to enter into the critical section. Okay, it sets lock to false, so that allows next to take a chance. Okay, that means the process 0 specifies that I have done execution in critical section. Okay, that means that process 0 informed to the operating system. That gives that there is another chance, that gives a chance to other process which is waiting for the critical section. Okay, like assume that the process 0, process 1, process 2 are waiting for the critical section. Initially the process 1 comes and it will checks whether any process is executing the critical section. If no other process is executing the critical section, the process 0 will be enters into the critical section and it will execute the in critical section. After completion of executing in critical section, it will set lock to false again. Okay, so before, while checking here whether any process is inside the critical section, the lock variable's value will be modified to true. Okay, by using this statement. Okay, here target we are setting it to true. Okay, that means there will be a some other process which is in the inside the critical section. Okay, that will, it sets a lock. Okay, before entering into the critical section, it is setting a lock that it is entering into the critical section, it locks the critical section. Okay, and then after completion of execution in the critical section, the process 0 will again releases the lock by setting it as lock equal to false. Okay, then the process 0 will execute the remainder section. Okay, so this is mutual exclusion with test and set instruction. Okay, here whatever algorithm we write as a solution to the critical section problem, that should satisfy the three properties of critical solution to the critical section. What are those three properties? Three requirements of critical section problem solution, that is mutual exclusion, progress, and bounded waiting. Okay, there should be a bounded waiting. Here this algorithm will satisfies the mutual exclusion. That means when one process is executing the critical section, other process should wait. Okay, at a time only one process can enter into the critical section. Okay, that this algorithm is satisfies that mutual exclusion. Okay, so this mutual exclusion property has been satisfied by this algorithm, but progress and bounded waiting are not satisfied by this algorithm. Okay, so for that we have another algorithm, we'll discuss it. Okay, now we'll see another type of instruction for as a solution to the critical section problem, that is swap instruction. See here, it's a swap instruction. It is a void type. Return type of this swap instruction is void type. That means we are specifying that we are not going to return anything. And the parameters for this swap are two parameters of type boolean type. That is, it will be the parameters of swap will be true or false. Okay, and both the parameters are of boolean type, and you can see here these are pointer variables. Okay, here the arguments for this swap is we are passing pointer variables. Okay, pointer variables means if there is any modifications are done on the formal arguments, that will reflect the actual arguments, right? Here we are using the call by reference. Okay, whenever we do modifications on actual arguments of calling function, that will reflected on formal arguments of call function. Okay, whenever we do modifications on formal arguments, that will reflected on actual arguments. Okay, here we are doing call by reference. Okay, so here we are passing the arguments are pointer variables for the swap instruction, and here we are doing the just normal swapping, that is temp equal to a and a equal to b equal to temp. Okay, what is the value which is stored in this address? Here we are swapping inside the memory location. Okay, values we are swapping inside the memory location. Okay, so assume that if initially a is holding true. Okay, so the true will be stored to the temp. Okay, so a is having true. Now we are assigning, assume that b is having false, so we are assigning false to a by using this statement, that is a star a equal to star b. Okay, the a false will be assigned to a. Now we are doing another assignment statement, that is b equal to temp. Temp is what value the temp is having? Temp is having true. True we are assigning to b. Okay, we are just performing a simple swap operation here. Understood, right? It's a swap is a wide excuse me, void instruction, and which has the arguments as boolean type. Okay, that is true or false. Okay, now we'll discuss mutual exclusion with swap instruction. Okay, a global boolean variable lock is declared and is initialized as false. Here initially a global variable lock is declared and that will be initialized to false. Okay, initially the lock will holds false value. Okay, so lock is a variable which will be stored in which will holds the false value as false, that will be stored in some memory location. Assume that memory location address is 1000. Okay, in addition, each process has a local boolean variable called key. Okay, each process will be holds a variable called local variable called key. Okay, variable name is key. Now we'll see the mutual exclusion with swap instruction. So first the key will be set to true. Okay, every process will be having a variable, local variable key, and initially the key if the process wants to wishes to execute in the critical section, that process local variable key will be set to true first. Okay, so now the key is holding the value true and lock is holding the value false. Okay, assume that the value false is stored in the memory location 1000. Okay, at the address 1000 memory location, the false value is stored and it's pointed by the variable lock. Okay, next the variable key is holding the value true, and it is storing this true value is stored in the memory location. Assume that it is 2000 memory location. Okay, key is pointing to 2000 memory location. At 2000 memory location we have value true. Okay, lock is pointed to 1000 memory location. At 1000 memory location we have the value false. Okay, just assume it. Okay, now here we have next statement, that is while key is equal to true. Okay, this statement is true. Initially the key value, what is the key value? Key value is pointed to memory location 2000. 2000 is having holding the value true, so key is equal to true. This condition is true. Control will enter inside the while loop. Inside the while loop we have the statement called swap of lock comma key. Okay, these are the arguments we are passing to swap. Okay, it is calling function. Okay, once this statement is executed, control will go to this statement. Okay, here we are passing for the swap function, we are passing lock and key addresses. Okay, address of lock is what? 1000. Address of key is what? 2000. Okay, 2000 memory location, what is the value is stored? 1000 memory location, what is the value is stored? 1000 memory location, the value which was stored was false. Okay, so the a star a represents false. Okay, and star b represents, star b we are passing address of variable key. Address of variable key is what? It is 2000. Okay, at 2000 memory location what value is stored? 2000 memory location, what value is stored? Key value is true, so at 2000 memory location true is stored, so b star b will be pointed to true. Okay, here using this instructions we are swapping memory locations of lock and key values we are swapping here. Okay, initially the a is having false, so temp will store false. Okay, next statement, a we are assigning with b, b is having true, so a will be assigned the value true here. Next, again next statement, b is equal to temp, temp is holding false, so b will be assigned with false. Okay, after the execution of this statement, a will be pointed to true and b will be pointed to false here. Okay, in the same memory location the values are swapped here. Okay, so what it will return here, that is lock value will be true, key value will be false. Okay, so once the condition again it comes here, so it will check whether key is equal to true. Now what is the value? Key is holding, variable key holds the value of false because we have swapped the values. Okay, by using swap instruction, so key holds false, lock is holding now true. Okay, so this condition is false. Okay, if this condition is false, control will comes out of this while loop and the process will be enters into the critical section. Okay, the process will, after completion of execution in critical section, the process will set lock equal to false. Okay, in swap, while executing the swap instruction, the lock variable is set to true. Okay, by using swap instruction. Okay, now after completion of execution of critical section, the process 0 will set lock equal to false. That means it is releasing the lock. Okay, so lock is released, that says that it is giving a chance to another process to execute it, another process to execute in the critical section. Okay, by this instruction, that is lock equal to false. By setting lock equal to false, that says that I am not interested to wish to enter into the critical section. So that process 0 says that it gives a chance for other process which is competing to enter into the critical section. Okay, by using this statement lock equal to false, and the process 0 will enter into the critical section. Okay, if any process is inside the critical section, that time the process which are willing to enter into the critical section will be wait inside this while loop. Okay, it will be keep on waiting inside. If any process is executing in the critical section, that time lock is what? Lock will be holded true. Right, lock will be true and key will be true. Okay, so this swap instruction will be executed. If both are having true and true, after swapping also a will holds the true, b also will holds the true. Okay, so control will go here, it will check whether key is equal to true. Yes, key will be again holds the true value only. So both key is true, key is equal to true, control will be control will enter this while loop, again it will execute the swap instruction. So both the lock and key are both are having true values only. So it will be keep on, the process will be keep on waiting in the while loop until the other process completes its executing in critical section. Okay, after executing in after completion of execution in critical section, the process will set lock equal to false. Once the lock is set as false, then only then if the process which is waiting for entering into the critical section executes this swap instruction, that time lock is having false, key will be having true. After executing the swap instruction, it will swap the values. Lock will holds the true and key will holds the false. That time key is not equal to true. Control this while condition is false, that process can enter to the critical section. Okay, so this swap instruction also uh, satisfies the solution to the critical section problem, that is the property called mutual exclusion property will be satisfied by swap instruction, but it won't satisfy the progress and bounded waiting. Okay, what is bounded waiting means? There should be a limit for the process to enter into the critical section. Okay, so after once the process enters to the critical section and executes it, should give chance to another process to enter into the critical section. Okay, same process should not keep on wait for the critical section and keep on allocated for the critical section. Okay, this algorithm will not satisfy the bounded waiting as bounded waiting and progress properties, but this swap instruction as well as test and set instructions will satisfy the critical section solution problem property, that is mutual exclusion property will be requirement will be satisfied by swap instruction as well as test and set instructions. Okay, yeah, we have discussed test set instruction and swap instructions. Test set instruction and swap instructions which will satisfy the mutual exclusion requirement, but they don't satisfy the bounded waiting requirement of critical section solution. Okay, critical section problem solutions, the whatever solution we give for the critical section problem, that should satisfy all three properties. Okay, that is first one is mutual exclusion, next is progress, other one is bounded waiting. But whatever we have discussed in the previous session, that is uh, test and set instruction as well as swap instructions will satisfy the mutual exclusion requirement, but they don't satisfy the bounded waiting requirement. Okay, so for that we are going with another algorithm which will use the test and set instruction and that satisfy all the critical section requirements. Okay, that is this algorithm will satisfy bounded waiting requirement also. Okay, And here we have the common data structures, that is Boolean waiting array and Boolean lock variable. Okay, here waiting is a array and lock is a variable of type Boolean. That means which will store true or false value. Okay, and these are shared variables, and initially these values will be initialized with false. Okay, and these data structures are initially initialized with false. Okay, Boolean waiting of n, that means if more than one process is waiting for the critical session, that process will be, we can store using waiting array. Okay, if the process is waiting with, if the process, assume that the processes are process 0, process 1, process 2, process 3, process 4. Okay, so we have 5 processes are waiting to enter into the critical session. Okay, if they are waiting to enter into the critical session means wait waiting of waiting array will be set to true. Okay, if process, all the process 0 is waiting means uh, waiting of 1 will, waiting of 0 will be set to, if the process 0 is wishing to enter into the critical section means waiting of 0 will be set to true. Okay, if process 2 is wishing to enter into the critical section means waiting of 2 will be set to true. Okay, so at initially all these data structures will be initialized with false. That means waiting of 0 will be initialized false, waiting of 2 will be initialized false, waiting of 3 will be initialized false. Okay, until number of processes. Okay, number of processes in the system. Okay, if the initially we assume that no process is willing to enter into the critical session. Okay, so that's what we have said. Initially the waiting of n and lock both are set to false, and both are waiting and lock are of Boolean type data types. So now we'll see the algorithm here. So in the algorithm, first statement, waiting of I is equal to true. Okay, assume that the first process 0 wants to enter into the critical section, wishes to enter into the critical section. So that is, that time waiting of I is nothing but 0 that time. Okay, so we have assume that we have 5 processes, that is process 0, process 1, process 2, process 3, process 4. Okay, all these 5 processes are competing to enter into the critical session. Okay, so initially all these processes are not wishing to enter into the critical section, but once process 0 wants to enter into the critical section, that time critical section will be free, because initial time no one is executing inside the critical section, so critical section also will be free. And the first will assign waiting of I equal to true. If any process wants to enter into the critical session, that waiting of I, waiting of that process value should be true. Okay, so assume that process 0 wants to enter into the critical session. Okay, so waiting of 0 we are assigning with true. Okay, if process 0 wants to enter into the critical session, we are assigning waiting of 0 to true. Okay, and assign key equal to true. Okay, key is also a local variable, and here we have another local variable, that is j. Okay, so key is equal to true. Every process will be having a key value, and here we are assigning key equal to true, and here we are checking a condition, waiting of I and key. Okay, that means waiting of I is true and key is true, then only this control will enter into this loop. Here we have the logical and, if any one condition is false, the control will not enter into this loop. Okay, if any one is false, this condition is false. Okay, if both are true, only then this will be, the condition will be true. because we are using logical AND here. Okay, so first the waiting of initially process 0 wants to enter into the critical section. So waiting of 0 we are assigning with true. Is it waiting of 0 is what waiting of 0 is holding what value now? It is true. Okay, and what is the key value? Key value is holding true. True and true is true. So this while condition is satisfied. Okay, while condition is true, the control will enters into this while loop. In while loop, we are assigning key key value, we are updating it by calling the function called test and set function. Okay, test and set instruction we are calling here, and we are passing the lock value. Okay, initially the lock will be holding the value false. Okay, and assume that the lock is holding the value false and which is stored in the memory location 1000. Okay, so we are passing the address of lock variable, that is the address of lock variable is 1000. At memory location 1000 we have the value false. Okay, that we are passing to test and set instruction. Okay, we will go to test and set instruction. Here in test and set instruction, it reads set as we have a formal parameter, that is target, and target will be holds the value which is stored in that address location. Okay, locks address, the value which is stored is false. Okay, false will be passed to the test and set instruction, and that false we are assigning to RV here. Okay, now the we are setting target equal to true. Okay, here we are modifying the actual values with the formal arguments. By using formal arguments we are modifying the actual arguments. Okay, so now we are setting target equal to true. Okay, initially the target was holding false. Now the target we are setting with true, and then return RV. What is the RV is holding now? RV is holding false. False will be written here, and that false will be written to this statement. Okay, the test and set instruction will return false. That false will be set to key. Okay, control will once again go to this while condition. It will check for the condition. While of I is what? While of 0 is true only, but key value is modified. Previously key was true, now the key value is false, so this condition is false. So control will come out of this while loop and it will execute this statement, that is waiting of I is equal to false. Okay, we are assigning waiting of I equal to false means that is waiting of process 0 we are making it false. That means process 0 is not interested to enter into the critical section. Okay, this code, in this code, this is entry section code, this is exit section code, this is remaining code, and before entering into the critical section itself, process 0 is specifying that I am entering into the critical section, I don't want to enter into the critical section again. So that's what it is giving a chance to other process to enter into the critical section by using this statement waiting of I equal to false. Okay, next here we have the exit section, we have the code, that is j equal to j plus 1 mod n. Okay, we have assumed that I equal to 0, 0 plus 1 mod n is the number of processes. So we have taken as example, we have taken 5 processes, that is 0 plus 1 mod 5, we will get 1. Now the j value is 1. J value is local variable. Okay, while 1 not equal to 0. Okay, 1 is not equal to 0. This is true. The condition is true. And not waiting of j. Okay, j is what? 1. Okay, what is the value which is storing at waiting of 1? Waiting of 1 initially it was storing false. false and not false is true. This is true and this is true. Both the conditions are true. Control will enters into this loop. That time j value will be incremented. J equal to j plus 1 mod n. J was initially 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 mod 5 is 2. Okay. So the if any other process is in critical session, this control will be process will be waiting for entry into the critical session. Okay. If j is equal to I, then we'll set lock equal to false. Okay. That means we are releasing the lock. Okay. That the process which will inform to the operating system that I am not interested to enter into the critical session. That gives a chance for other process to enter into the critical session. Okay. Like this way it will support bounded waiting property of critical section problem solution. Okay. This algorithm will satisfies bounded waiting requirement of solution to critical section problem. Okay. Now after executing this, the process 0 will enter to the remainder section. If anything statements need to be executed, that will be executed. Okay. This is about synchronizing the hardware.